spend a little bit of time on the 43-4. We have been running this a little bit, and the kids have. We have did this a little bit in practice. But to explain what it is, we normally run a 5-3 front, 5-3 front with a 3 cover 3 behind. Say we get ourselves into a situation in the game where we maybe have a little bit of a lead, and we're trying to protect our lead. Many teams will call this like a prevent look. We're not going to call it a prevent look because we're still attacking. When you go into prevent, I think you're defending. We are still attacking. What this is going to do is the nose guard will usually come out and we'll bring in an extra safety. So just for naming purposes, 2 cornerbacks, strong end, strong tackle, weak end, Will, Mike, Sam, strong safety, weak safety. When we go into our 43-4, we're actually going to be doing a cover 4 zone, which will pretty much put all of our DBs responsible for a quarter of the field. Our Will's going to drop. We don't care if they complete a pass. We just want them to catch it in front of us so that we have enough guys back there to engage them, get them on the ground, and not get burnt deep, obviously. That's always your number one priority when you're talking secondary work. But us exclusively in a cover 4, we'll give them any passes or runs they want. We just want to keep them in front of us. We have very good athletes at linebackers. So those 3 are going to run down most run plays. So we're just making sure we're not giving up that big the big plays, making them work or drive a sustained drive 40, 60, 70, 80 yards down the field. I don't think many, it's going to be hard to do, especially in a 43-4. Now, if the kids, we've talked before, when we go into this, we could go a 43-4. Wide 9. What the wide 9 is, it's telling our defensive ends to take 1, 2, 3 steps wider than they normally would. They normally would be on this shoulder. All right, this shoulder. We want them to widen out so far, and they're going to angle their bodies straight this direction. All right. The purpose of this is we want to get wide enough when we go to wide 9 that this guy has a hard time blocking him. So as our ends get wider than anybody on the line of scrimmage so that they can't block them, it forces the offense to make adjustments, but also it gives our ends the ability to have a free outside in rush towards the quarterback. We're setting contain with these ends and they are running inside out. We can't come flat. An end cannot come flat, because if he comes flat, what any good quarterbacks are taught to do, a right-handed quarterback, his body would be positioned like this. His helmet, shoulder pads. His body's going to be positioned like this, looking to throw the ball. What good quarterbacks are taught to do, they roll out of the pocket towards their backside. So their back is facing this direction. They're going to roll out of the pocket like this to try to escape. That's why we keep this outside in coverage or contain on them. If we come in flat, if our quarterback is here and we come in flat and he reverse pivots, he now has the angles on our defensive end to break contain. If our defensive end, the same defensive end, as he rolls, if he's keeping this outside in curve, as the quarterback rolls, he's going to roll right into our defensive end. So that's why we always tell the ends, you keep an outside in, and you have a little bit of a curve. You never go straight at him because you give up contain that way. This angle allows you to keep contain, but also put pressure on the quarterback. Then tackles, obviously, there's, you know, we've got two gap capability. When we're doing this, we're not two gapping. They're usually just going to be playing one way or another, slanting one way or another. But the ends, when we go to the wide 9, it doesn't affect them, it just affects the ends. We go to that wide 9, take 3 steps away from the tight end and angle your body so that you're pointing straight in like this. So our end would actually be lined up already at this angle. So that when he comes in, then all he has to do is just start putting this natural curvature in, and he will be able to keep his contain and force these guys to make adjustments. And the only way they're going to be able to block them is if we drop back a tackle or a guard. If they drop back a tackle or a guard, then there's nobody to block the tackle. So it does put them in a little bit of a pinch offensively on the offensive line by doing that wide 9 and just telling them to go corral the quarterback in. 43 cover 4, and then the wide 9 variant